After doing an audition, the best thing for you is to detach and let go.
I can't do that.
What was the worst experience you've ever had?
You do not have to do something that you're not comfortable with. There's a lot of people will take advantage of their power position to try and get you to do things that you don't want to do, being topless in front of the camera. That sounds a bit dodgy.
100 dirhams in my pocket, I didn't have. We're still figuring it out. You will never reach to set if you don't give it 100% in the audition.
From probably 100 castings, you genuinely might get one role.
Okay.
Okay, so we are shooting during Ramadan now, and because it's nighttime, and normally I'm a little granny who goes to bed at 10 p.m., we've decided to start with a little game who our beautiful friend Michelle is going to help us with. She's going to give us words, and we have to react quickly and say whatever comes up to our mind. So if you want to play with us and do it at home, then that would be amazing.
Yeah,
you ready?
Yeah, she's going to say the word. The first thing that comes in your mind, say it out loud, okay?
Okay.
Pink.
Girl.
Light.
Dark.
Set.
Okay.
Matcha.
Tea.
Light.
Happiness.
Infinite. What?
Land.
Green in my house.
Khalas, do we
If
have...
you said anything weird, please comment down below because I'm so curious to know what you said.
Oh my god, that was so bad.
Okay, do you feel
Plant
like you're
in my house.
life, happiness? What the hell?
Life infinite. Anyways, I think...
How is life infinite?
It doesn't make any sense.
No.
It's the opposite.
Do you feel like your energy is higher now?
Yeah, I think the matcha helps as well.
No, I think this game really
The
like...
game.
All right.
Anyways, okay, so today we're gonna be talking everything auditions. We're gonna share some personal auditions that we've done and have gone wrong. We're gonna read some auditions of other people. We're gonna show some auditions of some amazing actors, and
I just want to mention something that when we say auditions, it's the process of actors or someone going to interview, basically get interviewed by a director to show them if they are able to do a role or not. So for example, like people would go to interviews to get a job, and they would get asked normal questions like how many years experience do you have, what's your degree? But with acting you could go to an audition and a director would tell you, I want you to imagine yourself a zombie in space in love with a liver. And it's like this basically sums up everything that you're gonna hear today.
literally, what is
So,
your weirdest audition?
My weirdest?
Yeah.
It was a self-tape actually.
Okay.
And it was in 2021. I got asked to play an animal.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
And I was so eager to just be like, I want to get the role. I want to.
So what was the role for? Like what?
I actually got the role 6 minus 1. 6 minus 1 is a.
Wait, but what was it? What?
It was.
why?
It had nothing to do with the role.
Okay.
So I was weirded out a bit. But I played a cat, and I had to literally pretend to be a cat. And I shot that, and I have the video, and it's the most embarrassing
Oh my
video
God.
I've ever took in my life. And a year later, I got the role. What about you?
Well, now that you mention about the cat, I remember when I was at school, there was a class that they asked us for, I'm not even joking, 3 weeks. We had to become one object, one plant, and one animal. So for 3 weeks, everything that we were doing was to become those things. So
You became an object?
I became a knife. So imagine they were asking...
Wait. What do you mean you became a knife? What was the process? And why? What made you say I want to become a knife?
What am I gonna be, a chair?
Maybe
Nah. Knife is cooler. It's more sharp and
I love that actually.
Yeah.
And then how did you
So
how did you pretend to be a knife?
Yeah, they were like, you need to get the inner energy of the object and da 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 da. I was like, all right. So I just became very sharp and
Ooh, that's actually a very nice exercise. I mean, if you're taking the qualities of an object and like taking them to pretend to be them or like
I guess
act them
that was
out.
that was the idea of,
Yeah, that's cute. What about the other things? An object?
I became a cactus just because they're like pointy and like quick.
That
I feel like
makes
they're like
so much
kind of
sense.
quick. You know, actually, it's probably the opposite. But when I think of a cactus, I think of like pointy.
Okay.
And then I became an octopus, just because they're like slow and movie and.
Oh, that makes so much sense that you would choose these things. Like if like that doesn't even sound weird to me whatsoever.
Really?
By the way, her favorite animal I think is an octopus
Yeah,
as well
that's
because
why
it's like an alien.
Yeah, they're like the
Animal.
most alien animals. I think there are.
Did you ever see one? And like when you're diving or like
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How did you feel? I saw one, I was so scared.
Really?
But why are we talking about
I don't know.
octopuses? Okay.
Going back to your question.
Yes.
I feel like for movies, normally the castings are relatively easy, or like not easy, relatively normal. But the ones that are for commercials, they're like so crazy.
Yeah.
So crazy. I've literally been asked to do an audition yesterday for a commercial, and I need to be this like Italian mama. But they basically asked me to have like a table,
Yeah.
like an imaginary table, and then I need to like cut super quickly and then get upset because the pesto doesn't taste as it's meant to taste, and like it's just like.
And you know, I was so weirded because last time I helped you prepare for an audition or a self-tape for a commercial, and we had to create a whole create a whole video directed with lighting and stuff
literally.
like that. Like, why would I do that if I'm not getting paid? I honestly, that's insane to
That's
me.
that's something that I think here in the UAE is good, because you have more in-person auditions than
Yeah.
self-tapes, right? In the UK, since COVID, everything is self-tapes, which from one side it's like better because you get to like repeat the tapes as many times as you want and make sure that they're good. But from the other side, they just use that and make actors audition for everything. So I personally think doing self-tapes is better, because when I go to an audition, I get so nervous that I feel like even though I want to show my personality gets a bit like
Yeah.
intimidated.
You get nervous. You're like, who am I gonna meet? And are they cool? Like, are they chill people? Are they judgmental? Like, what are they gonna think of me? And let's not forget, you are wanting the role. You do wanna get
You're
booked.
desperate,
Yeah.
Especially like, well, talking about myself as well. You maybe haven't done a job for a long time, and then you're desperate to get the role and the payment, because you kind of depend on that to like, you know, live. So you put everything you have, and you're like, this will change my life. I need this, and then you may not even hear back from the casting director or the production, which is
Okay, I want to ask you a question which I feel like it's interesting for us to talk about, since we're talking about auditions today. I feel like after doing an audition, the best thing for you is to detach and let go.
That's-
How many times have you let go and detached and actually got booked?
I can't do that.
No.
Like,
Okay.
I mean, it's easier said than done.
Definitely, for
But
sure.
like, as I was saying, you kind of like depend on that role
Yeah.
to leave, to do everything. So I can't, even though I said, okay, yeah, I'll just forget about it. But then reality is...
Yeah, your reality, like you wake up in the morning and you're like, did I
Are they
get the
gonna
message?
message?
Yeah, did I get the message? Oh, am I gonna get it tonight? Am I gonna get it this evening? Am I gonna get it?
I'm always,
Yeah.
which is bad, because you live like with an anxiety on you
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
I would much rather if the casting director or whoever just says, actually, guys, or actually, Billy, I'm sorry, but you've been rejected.
Right.
Then the waiting.
Right.
The waiting is like, oh, so
Honestly,
stressful.
Honestly and truly. Actually, I have a story about that. When it comes to like letting go and detaching from an audition, it's also an experience I had while auditioning.
Okay.
I had a casting for as a model for a big brand, huge brand in the UAE. It's not like high end, but it's huge. So I went there and I was like, oh, I love this brand. I always like buy from their clothes, so I would like love it. But at that time, I had gained so much weight. It was right after COVID. I had gained so much weight. My self-confidence and my self-esteem was so low. And then I went to the audition or the casting, and I went to a room and I saw the most beautiful, the most beautiful girls I've ever seen in my life.
Was it a mirror in front of you?
Oh, stop! That's so cute. No, I was like, at that time,
Stop, don't even finish the sentence.
Listen,
Stop.
it was not my best time, okay? Physically, emotionally, mentally, everything. So I literally, I saw like, you know those beautiful girls, tall, tan, curly hair, blue eyes. Like, are you real? I thought you're AI. What the hell is this? How are you real?
Yeah.
I just looked at every girl and I called my mom. I literally cried. I was like,
No.
Mama, I'm so ugly and I'm not going to get booked. And you know what? I'm done with this career and I don't know what. And I genuinely like did the casting. I was there's no way they're booking me. I did the casting and I left knowing in my heart that I'm not going to get booked.
Yeah.
Then a week went by. I completely forgot about it. Still insecure, still heartbroken that I look ugly in my head. I got a call and I was like, oh, you got booked. And I was like, me? Did you not see the pretty girls? Like, what the hell? And then to even add more onto that, I was one of the girls chosen to be put in the billboard
No way.
in the streets of Dubai for
You're
that
joking.
brand. No, I'm not. And I was
Oh
like,
my God.
you really genuinely never know, and it's so good to detach, so good to let go, and it's just like khalas.
I feel like when you never expect it, it's
Yeah.
when it comes the most.
Right.
I don't know if it's got some like energetically meaning behind.
That's what
where-
I mean by detach and let go. But as you said, it's easier said than done.
It's easier said than done.
Yeah.
I really struggle with that.
Okay, so we've had a lot of experiences auditioning. What was the worst experience you've ever had in your life? Or you don't have to say an experience that's yours. You could say an experience of your friends.
Well, this is like a very interesting subject because I feel like when you're young and you're like really starting with your career, I'm like 28 now, but there are girls that at 17, 18 or even younger, they go into auditions, and just because they maybe don't have the experience, etc., they think that it's okay to accept everything that the producer or the casting director tells you to do. So before saying anything, you do not have to do something that you're not comfortable with. Like, that's the main thing. There's a lot of people, especially in the industry, that will take advantage of their power position to try and get you to do things that you don't want to do. So having said that, I have a friend who went to an audition when she was like, I think she was like 20. And basically it was, to start with, she was like, it was a very strange place. It wasn't really like an audition or a spot or somewhere where, you know, you hold professional auditions. It was like almost at someone's old house. So it started a bit strange. And then she got there and the director was like, on the last film that we shot, there was this girl who was booked for the lead role, but she had to have like a kind of semi-nude scene. And then she decided that she didn't want to do it. So she had been booked and then she denied it. So he was like, we want to make sure that if you get this role, because there will be a semi-nude scene, you have to be comfortable being topless in front of the camera. And she wasn't happy at all, but she did it.
She felt the pressure.
She felt the pressure.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
that's how it is.
And then obviously that was something that like
Yeah.
she was talking about and kind of like affected her.
Yeah.
But I know that these type of things happen a lot, especially when, as I was saying, you just don't know what's right or wrong. Not even like because you're young. It's because you're young and innocent, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't accept anything that you don't
No.
want to do.
You really don't have to. And I really, really recommend that if you're young and you're starting, I really recommend that even if you're 18, even if you're 20, even if you're 21, always have someone who is wiser or older than you to like give you advice and, you know, check up with them before, because we hear these stories all the time. Same thing happened to my friend, by the way. She got a self-tape. She got a request, for a Zoom call with a director. It was also after COVID. So there was a lot of like Zoom and calls and self-tapes going on back then. So they told her, get on board. We're Netflix producers and directors. A director and producer would never contact you directly, because if they were actually from Netflix, they'll have a whole team to do that initially. Obviously, it might happen sometimes, but if it's a
very
huge
rarely,
production
very
from
rarely.
Netflix, the director and producer will not waste their time talking to every talent like separately. So they told her, get on a call. She got on a call. They were like, by the way, we like your acting. Now we have a scene on a yacht where you have to wear a short, and I don't know, we just want to make sure that your body is fit and it looks good for the camera. So twist for us, turn around. What about, can you take off your jacket? Can you lower the camera? Can you do this and can you do that? Thankfully, my friend talked to me, and I was like, listen, don't listen to these people. Block them, because they're liars. They're not good news, and obviously like they seem and sound like a scam. So definitely take her advice. Don't do anything you're not comfortable to. For sure in auditions you're gonna be asked to do weird things, but like if it's something you are uncomfortable to do, please don't do it, because you are gonna keep thinking about it, and it might scar you for a really long time after that.
That's so true.
Yeah.
What's your do you have a personal bad experiences while doing self-tapes, or strange, or just some that you weren't comfortable?
I think the strangest one was the one with the cat, but the producer was actually a very kind man, and I think he just wanted to see how vulnerable we could get in front of the camera and how ready we are to try new things. Because he also asked for some really cool like scenes for us to act, as in like he asked for us to do a scene where we're laughing and then we go into a hysterical mode and we start crying and then laughing again. So I think that's I like on the top of my head I can't think of anything, but
I just remembered the agent that I had before the one that I have now. The reason why I decided to like move on, it was because she sent me an audition for, you know, Cheetos, like the crisps. There was a commercial for Cheetos where they were looking for sumo wrestlers.
Okay.
And she sent my profile for it.
Are you joking?
I just remember now.
Why would she send your profile?
She was like, yeah, you do karate. I'm sure you're going to be good at that.
Does she know what sumo wrestlers?
Yeah.
Does she know?
I mean, I guess so.
I'm sure
she would have had to read the breakdown, I guess.
I think if my mom knew what a sumo wrestler is, she would know not to push your name for
mom.
it. Like even my mom, who, you know.
Honestly, it was at that moment I was like, okay, I think khalas, we need to change this.
Wouldn't it be interesting to know other people's experiences as well?
We've got some.
Go on. Do you want to start with sharing someone else's story?
Yeah, well, I have a personal story.
Oh, you have another one.
But it's not really about auditions.
Okay.
I think I told you about this.
Okay,
but it was more about, I applied for a job on one of these like online platforms, and it seemed like a dream job. I was so excited. They were looking for someone who spoke Spanish, and the shoot was gonna be in Puerto Rico, and it sounded amazing. So I applied for it, and I was like, I really hope that I get an audition called. And then I got a message from the producer like 2 days after, and they were like, the main producer really likes you. He would like to have a Zoom with you. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember it now.
So I was like, okay, yes, that's amazing. Let's have a meeting with him. So we set up the Zoom. We had the Zoom, and he was kind of like asking me all these weird questions of like, if I've got a boyfriend, if I'm with someone, if I'm living on my own, if like all of these like super intimate questions. Like, is this like a job, like a casting interview? What's happening?
Yeah.
I was so confused. And then basically was like, I think you've got what we want for this role. So let's just have another Zoom meeting tomorrow, after tomorrow. So then I was like, okay, fine. I logged into it the day after, and basically he was like, I spoke to the team, and I think we would like to book you, but there's a few things that you need to know. We are looking to build a star. And at that point I was like, that sounds a bit dodgy.
Yeah.
But we want to build a star. We want to bring someone from nowhere and bring it to Hollywood and just create something amazing and just use them for all the next projects that we're going to have in the next 5-10 years.
Yeah,
I was
and
like,
give them a personal trainer, personal
Yes,
stylist, personal
exactly.
makeup artist. So like even all your dreams as an actress, you would be like, oh,
it kind of like looked insane from the
the
outside. But then he was like, do you know that Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston
Aniston.
when they started, it was all like made up. They weren't really. It was like the press that tried to put them together just to like create some drama around it and
propaganda so that people will talk about it.
And he was talking about all these stars that needed to have like a co-star, someone just to like get together and build their careers and stuff. So it's like, so you'll have to leave your boyfriend and you have to come here with no one, and we'll find you someone who you will have to be coupled up with. And I was like, is this Love Island? What is this? Like,
sounds like you want to kidnap me, honestly.
that sounds so strange.
Yeah.
But he kept going on and on and on. Like, he even spoke to my dad on the phone.
I remember how hard he was trying to convince you.
Yeah, it was, honestly, it was so strange. And he kept saying, but yeah, you need to come here and then we're gonna do this and this and that. And I like, at one point I was just like, should I do it? Like,
oh my
everything
God.
sounds amazing. Like the money was gonna be really good. And then I spoke to my agent, my current agent. She was like, listen, do not even entertain that anymore.
Oh my God.
And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do it.
Honestly, I'm so happy that you had an agent and you have an agent still that cares for you enough to, and that you can go to her now about these types of things and guide you in that way. You know what I mean? So because I feel like if it was any other actress who was just starting, she would see that as a golden experience, and a golden, what's it called, a golden opportunity. So she would be like, oh my God, that sounds amazing. And she might go and she literally, that sounds like someone wants to kidnap you, genuinely. Like, come from nowhere to a place where no one knows you, without anyone you know,
right?
And then what is this, يعني?
That's exactly what you were saying earlier, the importance of like having someone who you trust in the industry, or even like a family that can like bring you down to earth, because we are dreamers. We are dreamers, and we're always waiting for the opportunity that will change our life. That's that's 100%. Kind of like what we do, literally. So when something like knocks on the door, we're like, okay, this is it.
This is gonna change my life.
This is it.
This is gonna change my life. Oh my God, about life-changing experiences, I have an experience as well. Okay,
tell me.
I was 17. I had just started modeling and I hadn't started acting yet. It was the time where I lost a lot of weight and I was obsessing with becoming a model and becoming like pretty enough, skinny enough, presentable enough for people to choose me, pick me, love me.
Leo moment.
Leo. Okay, so it was like when that all started. I got an email and it was like, Rahab. I had signed up on a dodgy website for modeling. I just went and I signed up on every single website for castings, modeling, whatever it is, because I just wanted to get out there in any way possible. I didn't care if it was dodgy. That was a dodgy website.
Really?
Yeah. So then
how did you know it was dodgy?
You will know now because of what happened. Story. At that time, I didn't know. It just looked unprofessional, but I didn't care. I was like, oh, maybe they don't have a budget, you know, to create a proper website. It's okay. It's okay.
Fine. Like,
it's fine.
Forgive them.
Forgive them. Haram.
They will learn.
They will. So then I got an email saying, Rahab, congratulations, you have been chosen to walk New York Fashion Week.
What?
You will walk 6 shows a day, every show for $25,000.
You joking?
By that time,
did you believe that?
I didn't have I didn't even have 100 dirhams. Okay, 100 dirhams in my pocket I didn't have. I was 17. I told my mom, Mama, my life is gonna change. You know how much money that is? I started calculating. I was like, Mama, we're gonna make that much money. My mom was like, Mabruk ya habibti, mabruk, congratulations, baby, congratulations.
Did your mom believe that?
We both believed it.
Oh,
I
wow.
genuinely, like, in my delusional head, I thought, no, that's...
It's not gonna happen.
No, in my delusional head, I thought that I
what did you think?
I am good enough to go to New York Fashion.
You are.
Listen, when I was 17, no experience, barely a profile, walking New York Fashion Week. I'm like 165 centimeters.
Maybe that's
Who
the only
is gonna...
thing. Yeah.
So in my delusional head, I thought I was gonna walk in New York Fashion Week. So then I started like being so excited. I called all my sisters like, come, look at this email. And then the guy told me, sure, Rahab, to start the process of signing you up and like khalas, starting with the visa and I don't know what, send me 500 dirhams اتصالات or do or something like that. It's like sending
Yeah.
him credit, basically sending him money. And I was like, Mama, do you have 500? I was a bit dumb, a bit of a dreamer.
Okay, so they were asking for you to send the money to just process your visa and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
as if like to start the process. So then my sister came. Thank God for my sisters. Thank God for them. She looked at the email. She's like, Rahab, where's the location for this place? Where's the location for this so-called agency? I went and I looked, and it was like literally a pin in the middle of the desert, in the middle of nowhere. And I was like, no, Sarah, this is real. This is not fake. Trust me. And then she started like looking. She was like, Rahab, just ask him to send you a proper location and the proper stuff, so that we can go to the office and start talking to him about it. And then maybe if that happens, maybe we can start believing him. No one would ask you to send them
No,
money.
of course.
No one would ask you to send them
Yes.
money because they chose you for a job. No one.
Important, very
Okay.
important.
Yeah. So then, thank God for her. I could have gotten scammed for like 500 and 700. Then I don't know how much
Literally.
money.
Your
So
sister is smart.
my sister. I thank God I have sisters.
Yeah.
I would have been like.
Your mom was gonna send it to you.
I don't think like at that time financially we barely had anything. So
Right.
even like financially, I don't think she would have been able to.
Yeah.
But to think of if she was able to help me with it, and I was delusional enough to believe it, it wasn't gonna end up.
I think
good.
I think what you said is so important.
Mm.
If someone wants to book you, they will never ever ask you for any money.
Yeah.
And the similar thing happened to me in London when I was starting. I started also with like modeling, and for this agent they were like, yeah, we would like to book you, but you have to pay £200 for a photo shoot, because I didn't have a portfolio. And they were like, we'll do it for you, but you have to pay £200 for the portfolio. So I was like, yeah, fine, it makes sense. So I paid for the portfolio, the photos. Oh my god, I don't know if like I can maybe like put some of them up here.
Yeah, you have some?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I'll try and find them.
Yeah.
They were the most horrible pictures I've ever gotten done.
Oh my
so
God.
bad, so bad.
Oh my God.
So basically I paid £200 for like just some random guy from the street to take some like really bad pictures.
I would say after that, I think you learned that if you're gonna pay money, you're gonna pay money to someone that you researched
Exactly.
before. Make sure their stuff are actually good.
Yeah.
Because I can come to you and be like, Billy, I can build you a portfolio and I can make you a show reel.
Yeah.
Give me 2,000 dirhams.
Yeah.
Yalla.
Exactly.
And then khalas, I'll make you something really ugly. It's
Yeah.
so easy to do that. Guys, please ask for advice as much as you can. We're still figuring it out, okay?
Yeah, 100%.
We don't even know what we're doing right now. We're just figuring it out as we go. But one thing we always have to do is ask for advice and try to like have as many mentors as possible. Even if it's someone that is a stylist who's been in the domain for longer than you.
Yeah.
Trust me, they might know a thing that you don't. So please always ask for advice before sending money to anyone, before accepting any jobs, before doing any weird auditions.
We keep like asking each other questions all the time.
Yeah.
So
I keep asking my friends and the people that I know in the domain. Every single time I get a project, to this day, I never make any decision
when
alone.
you say domain, you mean the industry?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, is
What?
that a new word? I've never heard of it.
What is it? Is that an Arab? What's that word? French word.
What?
Yeah.
Look at you, international.
Okay.
Domain.
Domain.
Le domaine.
Oui, je ne veux pas, je ne veux plus. Domaine. Oui,
Le
oui.
domaine.
Je t'en prie.
Ah, okay. Is this a comedy show or what?
This is a show where Billy and Rahab laughs. This is not two tails, one take anymore. It's Billy, Rahab laughing.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. So break the thing a little bit. Do we want to
Share some experiences?
share some stories that we found of like?
Yes, please.
Yeah?
Because I'm sure every single person had at least one weird experience in auditioning or casting. So Billy is gonna find us a few stories.
Yes. So starting with, I've got a few.
Yalla.
Okay. So the name of the story is.
I haven't heard this, by the way.
Yeah. It's not mine. It's just someone online.
Yeah.
The why did I say that audition fail?
Why did I say that audition failed?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so final run for a huge TV role. The casting director asks, "Why do you want this part?" Easy. I open my mouth to say something deep and meaningful. Instead, pure panic takes over. I blurt out, "Because I need to pay my rent." The room goes dead silent. The director just blinks. I try to laugh it off. No one laughs. Obviously, I didn't get the role, but I did get a lesson in what not to say in auditions.
Oh, poor thing.
Imagine the
Embarrassment.
embarrassment.
Poor thing.
I feel like directors or like producers and people that are in auditions, they see so many people that they just have this
Flat
dead face all the
Yeah.
time.
That's why I never like go to a casting and be like, oh, he smiled at me. Okay, so what if he smiled? Doesn't mean you're Angelina
They're
Jolie.
probably just like faking the smile as well, just to make you feel good.
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice of them, honestly. Most likely it worked.
Literally. Do you want to read one?
Yes, I would love to. Please. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, so the story is called The Horrific Wardrobe Malfunction, Scarred for Life. Okay. Commercial edition, simple. I just had to walk in, smile, and take off a jacket to reveal the cute outfit underneath. I strut in, nailed the smile, then I go to take off the jacket. Except my top comes off with it.
It's all the commercial casting.
Yeah, I stand there, skin, bare, pure horror. The cameraman gasps, the casting director screeches, someone yells, "Oh my god!" I freeze, my brain shuts down. Obviously, you're gonna shut down after that. Then, because I'm an idiot, I try to play it cool. So this is the vibe we're going for. I joke. Silence. I did not book the commercial. Imagine you're a director and someone walks in, takes off their jacket and like their shirt comes off.
This is
And
the
they're like,
vibe that we're going
Is this
for.
the vibe that we're going for? They're gonna be like, what is
With
she
that
trying
voice.
to do?
Oh my god.
You can
Honestly,
reason
it's always the commercials that they ask you to do the weirdest things.
always the-
Like imagine asking for someone to come to an audition just to take their jacket off and to show the cute outfit. Like anyone can do that, right?
Yeah.
Like why do you need
Why
do you need
are
to
you
audition?
auditioning me to do this? It's so crazy.
That's funny.
You know what's also like important to mention is that sometimes you'll go to an audition and you'll do everything right, but physically you're just not the look that they're going
Yeah.
for. Maybe they even want another ethnicity or nationality. So as much as it hurts our ego to be like, oh, you're not chosen, it's literally like there's so many things that are in I don't know how to explain it, but
But influence the
that influence the final decision, and it has nothing to do with you personally.
The other day, I got a casting which it really broke my heart because, well, to start with, I'm really starting to get like castings for mom's roles, which I guess I'm starting to get into that age.
Okay,
But the other day, I got an audition for a 40-year-old woman.
listen, it has nothing to do with you.
Yeah,
You look
but
like a beautiful 28-year-old girl. You're beautiful. You are young. Even if you are old, you are also beautiful.
Yes. I'm not.
No,
we're
it's
not
just
saying
that you are your age
Yeah.
and you are beautiful. And I have played mom roles in my 20s, you know? Like when I
I mean,
just
you
started.
can literally be a mom in your 20s.
Yeah, so it's like, fine, عادي.
Yeah.
And with makeup, everything changes. The character, the makeup, the clothes, everything changes.
Yeah.
All of these details, you
I
know?
know, but it does touch something
I'm so
inside
my
of you a little.
baby. Give her roles her age. Look at me, demanding.
Yes.
What am I?
Another Leo moment. Oh wait,
Yeah.
actually, she's not really a Leo.
No, I'm not.
Can
really.
someone guess her star sign?
And can someone guess her star sign?
I think it's quite obvious.
Do you,
but
do you really think it's obvious? Is
Kind
it
of.
obvious?
yeah,
Oh.
well, let's see if you guys guess it.
What's my star sign? Okay, let's go back to what we're talking about initially. Auditions.
Should we play some of our
Favorite?
favorite auditions?
Yes, please, and tell me how it
Okay.
affected you personally, like after we
Ah.
watch it. You
What's happening? I mean, I love, I really, I love. I love watching, sorry guys. They're getting annoyed. I think it's super interesting when you watch your favorite stars auditions when they're like starting. It's so inspiring to see how they are literally doing the same that you are doing and how quickly your life can change and how quickly you can get the role of your life just by doing an audition and getting people to really like what you're doing.
Yeah.
So that's why I love watching
Auditions.
celebrities auditions and their beginnings.
Let's watch some now.
Okay, let's do.
Okay. So we have.
So yeah, one of my favorite movies ever. It's E.T. I love
Really?
aliens. I love aliens. I've got an
Okay.
obsession with aliens. So yeah, E.T. for me is like one of the classics. And this little kid, it's absolutely insane. Like when I watched this audition at first, it genuinely made me cry.
Oh, wow.
And I think it's crazy how some kids literally have it within them. Like
Right?
how old do you think he's? Like 10, 11?
Yeah.
And you can't really teach a 10, 11 kid how to
act.
bring these emotions out. Especially he's talking about an alien, so it's not
Wow.
even something that
That
he
you
has
could
experienced before.
Yeah.
So let's watch it. Let me know what you think as well.
Now, young man, I understand that you have an alien somewhere in this house. Is that true? Well, is it true? Is there an alien in this house?
Yes, sir.
Well, as you know, I am from the government. I'm part of the United States government, and I am empowered to take that alien with me.
But you can't take him away. He's mine.
Well, but the government is bigger than you are, Elliot. And I have all the authority to take him, and I gotta tell you, I'm gonna take him.
You can't take him.
Well, I'm afraid I have to, son.
You can't take him away. He's mine.
But it's not my choice. The president asked me to come here to get him.
I don't care what the president says. He's my best friend. And you can't take him away.
Well, it's real possible, Elliot, that he'll come back and you can have him again. But we just want to talk to him and see where it came from and try to find out about other planets. And he probably is the key to a lot of things that we have to know.
But how do I know you're going to bring him back?
Well, I'm afraid, son, I can't guarantee it.
I think he's afraid of you.
That may be true, but
Look at the tears.
what to do? I just follow their rules.
I got look at the
Well,
goosebumps.
he's mine, and he lives with me, and he likes me. And he wants to stay here. He likes it here.
He's talking about an alien, like you know.
He cried on cue.
I want you to take him away.
You know, I've had to talk to your mom about it, and she knows that the government has the right to do it.
And who told you all this?
Well, we learned about it. We know that he's somewhere around here. I mean, I do have a search warrant. I could look around the house.
Tell me, TPI. Right. Tell me.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you let me talk to him for 5 minutes, I'll tell my boss that you can keep him. Would that be okay with you? If I could just talk to him for 5 minutes?
He's so
Would you feel better then?
Look at him.
Be happy if you could keep him if all I had to do was talk to him for 5 minutes? That might make your whole day, huh?
Look at his eyes.
Yeah.
Might make your whole life, huh? And then he'd be your friend forever. And I wouldn't take him away.
Listen to this now.
Okay, Elliot.
Okay, kid, you got the job.
Yes.
That's an
How amazing is that?
Oh my god.
Okay, kid, you got the job straight away.
I would
Like-
give him my role if I Okay, sorry. I would give him my role if I had it
How
with that
amazing,
acting.
honestly.
Oh my
He's probably
God.
not older than like 10, 11 years old.
He literally like collected all the emotions on cue and said it perfectly, and he made me tear up. He gave me goosebumps, and it's just an audition.
What's crazy is that he's talking about something that he's never experienced before,
Something
He's
we've
talking about
never
an
seen.
alien.
Yeah.
and the connection that he has with this alien. That, what do you think must have gone through his like mind process? To,
Honestly,
I think he was like thinking about a friend and how it will feel if it was like a human friend, like a baby friend, or I just honestly I find it mind blowing.
I find it mind-blowing for a grown-up to do that. So imagine what I'm feeling now to see a child do it.
Do you know what I think? Like sometimes kids don't have all of the barriers that we have. We put so much pressure on us. We, as we were saying before, we need the job because we need to pay the rent. We need the job because so many reasons. Whereas kids don't have any of that, so they'll just go into an audition and just be themselves because they've got nothing to lose. Maybe we should like adapt that and trying to get like our
that's
inner child
beautiful. That's so beautiful.
every time we go to an audition. Like, okay, there's nothing to lose, whatever.
That's it. That's
But
literally
it's again, it's easier said
it's
than
easier
done.
said than done, but like this is so beautiful for you to keep in mind, because I genuinely feel, okay, it's easier said than done, but if you keep it in your mind, it will be also easier to like adapt it into your life, because you are constantly reminding yourself of the new skills to learn and the
Exactly.
new ways to look at life. I think the most people we could learn from are kids, because they're just like experiencing life for the first time.
Yeah.
As you said, no barriers, no limits. All they do is just be themselves.
They're so genuinely pure.
Yeah, that's so beautiful.
I love that.
You know, coincidentally, the audition that I want to show you is also of a child actress.
Really?
Yes.
Woo!
And I just find it like brilliant that, you know, kids are able to do that. There's this also actress called Al Jadal we worked with.
Oh my god.
I've worked with her. She's a child, mashallah. She's 8 maybe or 9 years old, and she's so incredibly talented, so incredibly smart. So it's like, wow. As you said, when did you learn that? How did you learn that? Does that just come from like God? Like sometimes you're just born with it,
With an amazing gift.
yeah, and you're just able to do it whilst there are so many people spending years in school trying to learn how to do something that is half as believable as what a child did. That's insane.
Do you think it's something that like people are born with, like this type of talent, or it's something that they? What do you think? Like, how do you think some kids, for example, are born with this amazing
Talent.
acting talent and some aren't? Do you think it's like the family? Do you think that like, you know?
I feel like genuinely there are people who are born with certain talents and gifts, okay? And it's down to the person's path and the family around them whether this gift is improved and worked upon or not. And I also believe that there are some people in life who are so good at what they do, but they weren't born with it. It's something that they have worked on it. In Arabic, we say, هذا موهوب وهذا مجتهد. موهوب means talented. مجتهد means someone who put in the work.
What does the whole sentence mean?
It means this is a talented person and this is a person who put in the work.
I love that.
So this person can be literally born with it. Obviously, he wouldn't be in good places unless he put in the work. But then you see another person who, when he started or when she started, they didn't have the talent. But with how hard they worked,
They put in the work.
they became someone. They really became someone. And I'm not gonna like talk about stuff that I don't understand, but I'm not sure. But I hear people say that Cristiano Ronaldo is someone who put in the work and Messi is someone who is born with it.
Oh, I've heard that as well.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did hear that.
Okay, so if you're a football person or like what do they call them?
Footballer?
People like
Football fan?
Football fan. Tell us what you think of this, because also talent comes in football and
Exactly.
stuff like that. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the audition of Millie Bobby Brown.
Ooh.
Her audition for Stranger Things, which is also one of my all-time favorite shows ever. And I will tell you, like, that when I watched this audition, it taught me that when I audition for something, I should really give it my all. Because sometimes you think, oh, I'm just auditioning, I will give it 100% when I'm on set. But like, you will never reach to set if you don't give it 100% in the audition for you to be
Yes.
casted to be on set.
Preach.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna put it on for you now. Millie Bobby Brown, after that role, her whole life changed.
I know, she's done.
I mean, she was young already, but like it really set off the note to her career, I believe.
Yeah, she's really good.
She's a
She-
producer
yeah.
now as
She's
well.
doing
Like, she's
everything.
producing her. She has like so many businesses.
I know.
You go, girl, Millie Bobby
Yes.
Brown.
It's so funny that we both chose a child actor.
actors.
I think for the next one we'll both choose some more mature actors.
More mature. but I feel like what you said is so important. There's so much to learn from kids.
I think as you said, there's so much like purity that we can learn from a child actor.
Yeah.
Okay, so in my case, I think I can say that I'm really lucky, because when I get an audition, I normally send it to my agent, and she normally gives me like kind of feedback. I also show it to like Jack, my boyfriend, and everyone. So I get loads of feedbacks from different type of people. But I also wanted to say that if you have a self-tape and you don't know who to send it to, we will be more than happy to look at your self-tape. We'll give you like our super honest opinion. As we always say, we're not like super professionals. We're just trying to figure out everything out as well. But as we always say, we're your creative family, and we want to help you grow in the industry.
100%. And to wrap it up, this is a very huge world, the world of auditions and castings. Just always make sure that you have the correct support, and to keep yourself safe, and take rejections lightly on yourself.
I think we didn't say that. From probably 100 castings, you genuinely might get one role. Genuinely. So get used to rejections, build some tough skin. And it's just like a numbers game. If you do 100 auditions, there will be probably one that you're gonna get. Least. So just carry on and do as many as you can.
Yes,
keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Keep going,
and never give up.
Never give up. And we're your creative family. Please subscribe and share this episode to anyone you think might find it useful or might enjoy it. And our socials are down below. Don't forget to like and comment.
Thank you.
Thank you.